Good afternoon, YouTube. Fat Cat Collections back at you with another watch show and tell. Today I'm going to be talking about, man, this watch I'm really excited to show you guys. This is not my watch. This is a watch that my coworker, based on part of my recommendation, picked this up for her boyfriend for a Christmas gift. Now, I'm not going to release this video until after Christmas because then he'll know that he's getting it for a Christmas gift. So I just wanted to review it real quick because I sized it for him, and man, this is a sight to behold, this one here. Now, those of you who have watched my channel before know how much that I absolutely love the Invicta Grand Arsenal. Now, I might screw this up a little bit here because I got three terms I'm going to throw at you. Now, this was always going to be the Grand Arsenal to me. Now, I have four of these watches, okay? And what they've done, what Invicta has done, is they've redesigned the Grand Arsenal or the Grand Octane. You'll see this watch referred to as the Grand Octane and Grand Arsenal. More or less across the board, you'll find it as the Grand Arsenal. The Grand being the part that's the full-size version, okay? They make the Standard Arsenal, which is a smaller 48mm version. This is the Big Daddy, okay? This is the big one, okay? So before I tell you the specs about it, you know, I'm not going to puke a whole bunch of facts about this part, this about the movement, and this. I'm just going to tell you the basics, okay? What you guys really want to see is what this watch looks like on the wrist, okay? And I got to tell you, I might have to pick this one up for myself. Now, again, those of you who have watched my channel before know that the Grand Arsenal is like my favorite watch ever made. Ever made, not just from Invicta, but across the board, hands down, any watch I've ever seen. I think it's the watch that gives you the most for your money. It's one of the biggest watches made. And now, you'll find some big watches out there, but none are going to look like this. I'm sorry. Even ones that cost 3, 4, 5, 6 times as much do not look like this. That's just my opinion. That's very subjective. Obviously, it's coming from an Invicta collector. But I'm telling you, this one is one for your collection, okay? Now, a little bit about it. What they've done is they've redesigned this one and come out with what I will consider a special edition. Not saying you won't be able to find it again or that they're not going to keep making it, but I'm going to refer to it as a special edition because it's still the Grand Arsenal. And what they've done is, let me get closer, they've changed the face, okay? What they've done is added this multi-layer, three-dimensional face, which is quite a bit different than your other ones, that the other Grand Octanes that have come out with. Now, I do apologize for the lighting here. It's kind of the sun's starting to go down a little bit, and the lighting in here, if I turn on the backlight, it's just too bright. It affects the video. I'm just going to eventually invest in some better lighting. I like to film these in my office because I've been filming these videos in my office kind of since I started. So we'll just kind of go with it for now, and maybe I can get my hands in this at a later date and do another review on it. Or should I buy it for myself, you'll see another review on it in the daytime. But nonetheless, let me talk about what they've done a little more. They've added, and I'm going to try to show you here, instead of having your standard hands, okay, for your seconds and your chronograph and all that, they've added wheels, okay? And I know you can't see it by the picture, and I do apologize for that, but underneath this decorative piece right here are 3 wheels, and your second hand moving. Naturally, the chronograph function is not engaged right now, so your main hand is not moving. Remember, folks, that when you have a chronograph watch, when your full-size hand is moving, you are engaging the chronograph, and you are going to wear out your battery a lot quicker than if you just keep it with this standard hand or second hand moving, or in this case, a second wheel. I'm going to turn it from the side. You can see the multi-layers in this thing here. You have the layer all the way to the bottom with the wheels on it. Then, of course, you have the, this decorative, I'm going to refer to as like a almost like a Mercedes emblem kind of thing right there, that kind of piece shape right there, or like a big Y or a star. And then, of course, you have the windows right here. Let me get a pointer here. You have the windows right here. Right, let's not use this one. Let's use this one here. Try to point this out to you. Right here, here, and here. That's where you see, I know you can't see it by the picture, that's where you see your seconds and all that stuff. What else? And then, of course, you have your day of the month right over here, standard. But you'll see this multi-layer steps where you have your illuminescence or your trinite, I think that's what they call it by Invicta, and your hands illuminate as well. Folks, this is a gorgeous watch. This is, in my opinion, the nicest faced coalition they've ever done. I'm sorry, not coalition, but Grand Arsenal. But what they've done is, again, which brings me to the other point, the special edition here, or special design, is called the Coalition Octane. So this watch gets really confusing because it's not, there's nothing on this watch that says Grand Arsenal, but that's what it's called. You don't even really find it on the website called Grand Arsenal. It just has a model number. And then you'll find it on other sellers calling it the Grand Octane. And now you have it as the, they call this the Coalition Forces. And that's a totally different watch by Invicta. And nothing on here says Coalition Octane. So this is a very confusing watch. I don't know why they just didn't pick a name and label the watch. But they haven't. Have no idea why, but that's just the way it is. So this one, if you're looking for this one's going to be called the Grand Arsenal, okay? Or the Coalition Grand Octane, okay, is what you'll probably find under. What's easier to find it under is the model number. So if you're interested in this one here, you're looking at model number 19581. That's the easiest way to find any of the Invicta watches. You see one you like, go with that, the model number, and of course the name Invicta. Everything else about this watch is pretty much your standard Grand Arsenal, except of course the back has Coalition Forces on it, and they've added a Coalition Forces logo on the clasp. Everything else is the same, full polishing down the middle, satin finish on the sides, and a little polishing around the bezel. This one here is far size, 56 millimeters at the bezel, and that's not including your pushers. This really wears like a 63 millimeter watch because the pushers in the crown are so large, you have to incorporate that into the watch. It is a wearable part of the watch. So I like to refer to this as a 63 millimeter watch. It's amazing. And like I said, this is my favorite. I have 4 of these. One in blackface, yellow, and silver, and then another one in my favorite, gold and rose tone gold, and then of course I have another one in the silver and rose tone, of course all silver, but I don't have one in all gold. I might have to pick this up for myself. This is a beauty, folks. I absolutely love this watch. He's going to be really excited to get this. I'll just show you a couple shots of it. You have Invicta engraved in the side, then of course the side of your pushers and crown. You have your rotating bezel, illumination on the face, and the polishing down the middle, which you'll find on all Grand Octanes. And this one here, let's check one more thing here. This one here is just, ooh, this is, man, pretty sure it's a little different than my other ones here. Correct, I may be wrong on this, but this one here, I believe my other ones have polishing just down the middle. This has got polishing on the middle of the side links as well. Now, I'm going to double check my other watches and just make sure of that, but it does look a little different to me, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's something new they've done, which is going to make this watch gleam even more. I got to get this one. I can't not get it. So, now the thing is, you know, I got a watch coming for Christmas. We're going to do another review on that after the 25th. It's a Zeus. You're going to love it. I'm really excited to get it because you know I love the two-tone rose and yellow. Stay tuned for that one. But this is just a masterpiece, guys. I mean, alright, so before I go ahead and throw it in the wrist, I'm about 5 foot 8 inches tall, 170 pounds, and I have a 7-inch wrist. So all these watches look really big on me. A little bit about the watch. This one's powered by the ETA G10 21-2 quartz chronograph movement. It is a Swiss-made movement. For those of you who don't know, a watch does not, excuse me, let me turn on some lights here. A watch does not have to be made in Switzerland for it to be considered Swiss-made. Invicta, some people have said Invicta is shady, this and that. Invicta does not lie about their watches. You'll find some watches made in, like the movement's considered a Japanese movement. You'll find other watches saying Swiss-made that have Swiss-made movements. The ones that say Swiss-made have Swiss-made parts. And for a movement to actually be considered Swiss-made, it does not have to be produced in Switzerland. It has to meet a certain level of quality, and certain parts have to either be assembled in Switzerland or certain parts come out of Switzerland. So there is a loophole that Invicta may be using in order to use a Swiss-made logo. But folks, lots of people do that, okay? So it's not just Invicta, all right? The watches, I don't remember exactly where they're made, but wherever they're made, I mean, America, other countries, let's face, especially America, let's face it. You walk into any store, there's not much that is made in America. So let's just stop with the nonsense. Oh, they're made in, who cares? They make a beautiful product for the money. It's amazing. And this watch you can pick up during the holiday season right now for about $300, $350. It's a steal. And that's why I have 4 of them and probably will have a 5th and a 6th and a 7th and 8th. I probably won't be content to have them in every color. So let me just get a little closer shot right there. Alright, a little more about it. You have your Flame Fusion crystal. That's pretty standard. 17 millimeters in case thickness. I don't believe that's correct. I think this is listed wrong. My other ones are 19 millimeters. I think you'll find that this is 19. Again, it may be depending on where they measure it, but it is, I'd say, a 19 millimeter thick case. You have your 30 millimeter in band bracelet width. 9 inches in length, so if you're a big guy, there's plenty of length for this thing. 14 ounces in weight. You're looking at almost a pound unsized. 660 feet of water resistance, and I believe the watch origin on this one is probably China, as most things nowadays in the world. And let's face it, wonderful things are coming out of China, so Who's kidding who here? So, what else about the watch? Not too much else. What's most important right now is what it looks like on the wrist. So, let me go ahead and throw this on here. Oh, yeah. So, again, I apologize for the lighting, but I'm going to show you what it looks like here. I am going to turn on that light just for a second so you get a little bit more of a little more idea of how it shines. I know you're going to get a glare from behind us here, but we just got to work with it here. It's around Christmas time, and I can't keep it for a couple days because my boy's got to get this. I mean, look at that face. That's a big watch. I mean, you guys have seen my other videos on the Grand Octane or the Grand Arsenal, again, depending on where you buy it. You can't go wrong with all gold. I mean, that thing is just going to get you noticed, if that's what you want. For some of the folks who comment that they don't want to get noticed, keep buying your basic other watches that are like, 5 times the price and don't get compliments. Sorry, folks. But Invicta, anybody who says Invicta doesn't give you a fantastic watch for your money probably has never owned one. And again, just to touch on Invicta quality, I have over 17, 18, I don't know, something like that in my collection. My coworkers got on the bandwagon with this. Nobody has had any issues other than like 1 or 2 issues, and easy enough to get an exchange. They are made by man in machines, and you do have the occasional piece, as with anything that is defective. But overall, the percentage of watches that I've gotten and all my coworkers, like I said, of all those watches, you're probably looking at 25. Only 1 had to be sent back, and the other one is just one that I have that the back is a little bit cross-threaded, and that was the cheapest Invicta I have, which was your $99 Invicta. So it doesn't really matter. I don't go swimming with it, so who cares? But I could have easily sent it back and got a replacement. I chose not to. Man, I tell you, I mean, again, you guys know how much I love this watch. That face really sets this watch apart from the other ones here. Now I'm going to get back a little bit so you can kind of see it from a distance. I'm going to try to block that light a little bit there. And I'm real sorry, the lighting here just really sucks, so you just got to bear with me on this one video. And I'll try to get my hands on this again to do another review on it. And just since I got this right here, I just want to compare it to, the Zeus is a really popular Invicta watch. I just want to compare it to the Zeus Bolt. I mean, you can see, I mean, it just dwarfs the Zeus Bolt. Zeus Bolt's going to be thicker, of course, But I mean, there's just really no comparison. Now, I love the Zeus Bolt, don't get me wrong. Zeus Bolt is awesome. That's what I got coming in the mail, so, but man, I mean, just look at that. Look at the face on that watch. Man, I really shouldn't have seen this. Amazing. You know, I'm just going to do something a little unorthodox here. I normally don't do this in my videos, so we're just going to try something a little different here, only because the lighting is so poor. I'm going to just go into my bathroom real quick and show you. I don't like to show you the towel hanging in the back room though, but turn it a little bit. Oh, no towel again. I'll just take you to one more room here. Try the lighting in here real quick. Now, folks, this is really unorthodox, so for my subscribers, you may find this really annoying, but uh-oh. Uh-oh, Fat Cat Collections cologne collection in the background. Uh-oh, check out those videos. I'm going to put this down for a second here. Try to get it in the light here. And let's take one more shot here. I just really want you guys to see the beauty of this here watch. Alright folks, well I know that was a little unorthodox compared to what I normally do in my videos, but you know what, if you like it or you don't like it, please go ahead and tell me what you think. Like I said in my other videos, these are very, very basic, everyday Joe kind of videos. I'm not trying to win any filming awards here. What this is mostly about is showing you again what that watch looks like on the wrist, so you can make an educated decision and maybe make a a informed purchase. I love Invicta watches. This again is one of my favorite watches. I almost want to wear this tonight, but I'm not going to because it's not mine to wear. So thank you so much for watching the channel. If you do like my videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I have a lot more Invicta reviews coming, a lot more cologne reviews coming, and the cologne reviews, you'll see a lot more of those lately because they're like $20, $30. So watches are like $300 to $600. So naturally it's a lot more affordable to buy colognes, but there will be more Invicta watches coming. Stay tuned. Remember, if you're in the market for this, go ahead and check out PHATKATWatches.com. That's with a P-H-A-T. You go ahead and find a link in the description. Most of the time of my videos, you'll find a link in the description to actually go ahead and make the purchase. That'll take you to real-time listings where you can pick this stuff up from some of the best sellers and reputable sellers and the places where I buy a lot of my Invicta watch. Man, it's hard for me to concentrate on what I'm saying. The face on this thing is unbelievable. Ugh. I wish I had another Grand Arsenal. I'd show you what it looks like side by side, but you'll see it. Just check out my other videos. But this one, oh man, it just never ends. Alright folks, so there it is again. Remember, check out also my Facebook page, Fat Cat Watches. I met a lot of really cool people on there. We can talk, communicate if you have any kind of issues. Some guys have a couple of issues, trying to size or set it. I'm more than happy to help you. I love this product and I love talking about it. So thank you so much. As always, have a wonderful night.